Hello, hello. Glasses. I don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh. I figured it out. Camille, are you there? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Um, See if you can unmute. Let me tell her to go out. Okay. So, anywho, y'all, Camille, you go out, and then I'll try to bring you back in. Um, so Messenger. So yeah, so they all play a part with each other. So what I'm saying is to y'all is so what I'm saying to y'all is that when it comes to overcoming brokenness, you it starts with mind state. So if your mindset ain't together, then then it messes with your finances. It messes with everything. Um and so it all plays together. So, it starts with facing your fears. Face your fears, man. Learn how to face your fears. Um Learn how to get support. Support yourself. I had a really good coach tell me, if you're not around a group of people that you can call for something, um, when you need it, and I believe it was along the facts of money, then if they can't help you, then you need to that's not no support. You need to go find you some support. It was something along those lines. But that kind of thing, stuck with me. Um, and every day I'm growing on certain situations. And so I'm learning. And so the more I learn, the more I elevate, the more I grow. Because again, it starts with your mind state. When your mind's together, everything's together. You're not going to have it all together, but you're going to have majority of it together. Long as you keep applying yourself, keep pushing through, doing what you need to do. Um, so let me see something real quick. Um, and so when you do everything you need to do, you'll have it together. Y'all, I don't know, we having a little bit of issues, but it's okay because we still maintain it. I'm trying to figure out what Camille is and why it's not bringing my girl on right now. And it's okay. She'll be back. She'll be back. She'll be back. She'll be back. So anyway, so anyways, the biggest thing is, how do you overcome brokenness? That's the biggest thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm sorry. Um, I couldn't. Okay. So, I'm gonna try to get Camille back on here, y'all. So, um, okay. So the biggest question is, how do you overcome brokenness? How do you overcome brokenness? Um, so let's see, y'all. That's you. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
I was like so stoked. I'm like, where's my girl? Y'all, this is
Good.
Camille Henderson, y'all. She is so like she is so inspiring.
Oh, thank
Um, she is a serial entrepreneur. She is a mom. She has lots of businesses. I have watched her on her Instagram live reading TD Jakes, y'all. Like when I say I be lurking for everybody. But you in particular, like I told you, my spirit said you need to bring Camille on today.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Camille Henderson. Tell them who you are, sis. Tell them who you are.
Hey, y'all. I am Millie. My name is Camille Henderson. Everybody calls me Millie. I am the CEO and founder of Millie's One Stop Shop. Literally, I do everything. Anything you need, any advice, I feel like I am resourceful and I'm experienced. And if I don't know, I know where to get the information. I'm a photographer first. I used to teach. I resigned from teaching about 2 years ago. Now I do photography. I do t-shirts. I do transportation. I provide black truck transportation. So if anyone is traveling to and from Dallas, need a ride to the airport, don't get in that Altima with the dog hair and the cigarette smoke. Call me and I'll pick you up in the black truck transportation, luxurious presidential style. In
Hello.
addition to, I am a tutorer. I tutor children grades K through 12. I love children. I love inspiring. I love really like picking their brains, trying to figure out where those misconceptions are. So I do find it fun, even just to have a challenge with someone that may be, intellectually disabled. I am special ed certified. I am a total life changer. At Total Life Changes, I'm a life changer. I love what I do. I'm also an assistant for Tammy Price. That's my girl, ride or die. She's taught me a lot in the last 3 years. I think that's about it that I
Are
do.
you sure,
Um,
sis? Are you
well, I
sure?
do do business. I help people with branding their business. From business cards all the way up to okay. I apologize. Somebody's trying to
You
call
good.
him a child. He's not understanding. So
It's
I
okay.
do help with business branding. So like flyers, business cards, you name it, banners, tablecloths, whatever needs to be printed. I do it. The list can go on, girl. But that's pretty much
Yes.
it.
Yes. And so um I'm just like how do you do all of that? How do you
How
do
I
all of that, sis?
So first of all, you have to strategically plan. You have to strategically plan your day, really your week, and honestly it's your month, and then really and truly it's every 6 months and really every year. If you can be able to plan your year, you can pretty much do anything. If you can plan the year, because the year is going to repeat itself. Holidays repeat itself. So if you do back to school bash in 2023, you do the back to school bash in 2024. It's not really hard. It shouldn't be as hard if you've been in entrepreneurship a year and you've really been putting your best foot forward. My I can show you my bags. I got two little business bags. It's full of spirals. I've written notes. People be on Wake Up and Win just listening. I'm on Wake Up and Win taking notes. I write everything down. When I have a meeting, you and I talked, I think I was at the car wash when I talked to you, but I wrote my notes down. Literally, right now, I'm having to adjust. I've never went live at my granny's. I'm in my granny house. That's why I look like grandma's house behind me. But I have my notes from tonight. I was trying to print them. If I was at home, it would have been no problem. I was prepared. So being prepared keeps me able to do multiple things. Now, my advice would be to anybody, which people try to tell me now, but it's too late, which is to narrow and get one thing down packed before you move to the next. Be an expert at photography before you go into t-shirts. But I was doing it all at the same time. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I don't want to pay for that. I need to provide that. You know what I'm saying? I just kept building, and I'm still in that mindset even still to this day. I just can't stop. You know, I'm half Jamaican, so that doesn't make it better. And I am a woman. You know, women, we do rule the world. We love our kings. But when you prepare and you are networking with the right people that's going to say, hey, no, don't do this, do this. And they don't even have to say it sometimes. They just walk in it. Literally, Tammy Price has shown me a lot. You know, my mama raised me. She taught me how to be a lady. But being around women like Tammy, I'm learning how to be a woman boss.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And truly about my paper, truly about getting things done. And that's when it goes back to those to-do lists. So I got all my little notes. Some people don't have to have notes, and I'm sure I can wing it without notes. I'm great at what I do. I used to teach, but at the same time, preparing keeps me elevated.
Yes. And so, you know, our topic is overcoming brokenness, right? So, in a lot of aspects, you know, it goes, you know, from mental, physical, emotional, it ties into financial. Hello.
Yes, it does.
So what I'm saying to you is, how would you tell people to have you, first of all, have you overcame brokenness before? Have
Yes, and
you
I'm gonna overcome
overcame?
it. Yes, and I'm gonna overcome again.
So how did you overcome?
You said, how did I overcome it?
Yeah, you don't got to go into detail. Just give us a little briefing. How did you overcome it,
I
sis?
said, you. I'm sorry, mom. Everybody, they don't understand. Go ahead.
It's
What was your
okay.
question?
So, how did you overcome? Like, what advice would you give somebody when overcoming brokenness? Like the overall.
Um, you want to acknowledge that you're broken. A lot of people don't recognize that they are broken. People are in denial. They're in denial about the brokenness. They're in denial about the situation that is breaking them, that is not breaking them. And you said something good. It can help. Brokenness can be mental. It can be physical. Um, and honestly, recognize. She just took my notes. Recognizing. Can you hold on? Can you still see me?
Uh-huh. Oh, I
You can
did.
still.
You want to not now.
Okay. But you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see my notes. Step 1, acknowledge that you are broken. Step 2, identify where you are broken and who caused it. Why did they cause it? What does it have to do with me? And step 3, does this situation bring me value? Do I have time for this? Does this have anything to do with my purpose and passion in life? Will this happen if I walk away? How does this situation make me feel? Step 4, take a moment to assess and digest. Decide if your actions are needed. If so, apply the solution. Step 5, give it to God and don't worry about it. Move on and regain your focus. So, I'm sorry I had to go out to read that, but literally, you got to assess that thing. Is that
Yeah.
person worth your time? Is that person a part of your purpose? Because a lot of times we're broken because of the person. Most of the time, women are upset at a man. Sometimes parents did their children wrong. You know, a mother and a daughter fusing. Normally, it's somebody versus something, unless it's a health and wellness issue where you're broken. you know,
Right.
but even still, that may be a root to that to stem back to the parents. So when it comes to brokenness, you know, people go to counseling, you know, when things are in turmoil, whether it's a divorce, whether it's trauma, people go to counseling. And so what the counselor always asks, and they may have hand you a questionnaire, they're going to ask you questions about your past. They're going to ask you
Hello.
questions about how your mom treated you. What do you feel about your dad? And those responses will dictate and show that counselor where problems are, and will continue to probe questions and things like that. And that's just when there's brokenness, you do go to counseling, but you just have to identify, you know, do you need to fool with this person? Is this person family? And if it is family, how can you relate with this family member and still converse, keep it cordial, but at the same time prevent yourself from being hurt again? You know, it
Right.
may be a grandmother. A grandmother, you know, grandmothers, they stuck in their ways. So it may be something that they're trying to teach you, but the way that they're trying to teach you is necessarily hurting you and has been hurting you for decades. But
Right.
being that grandma do you like that, when you go out into the public and people or someone may do you and remind you of your grandmother, you're gonna go off.
Right. That's
And so
facts.
therefore there's a problem, but that problem persists because that brokenness was not taken care of with an antibiotic. It was a band-aid put over it. So that
Hello.
unhealing, not being able to heal or identify the things early on, you're going to experience some brokenness. And if you're a weak, and when I say weak, like for example, I taught. There were some teachers that couldn't make it past the first week of school because they couldn't handle the disciplinary actions that they had to take for those graduating seniors who was smoking pot, having fun with girls, and skipping school. Like they needed more order and more structure. Their skin wasn't tough, so they fell off real fast. You know that show Survivor?
Uh-huh.
It wasn't about being heartbroken, but you were put in a situation where you had to survive. And sometimes
Right.
when you're not given the things that you need, such as love, for example, food or fire, you know, they needed flint. They needed something to spark a fire. They needed to find the immunity idol. I don't know if you know anything about Survivor, and I didn't like it back then, but as an adult, I grew up. But um, if you're in an element or an environment where you don't have the things that you need and you're not willing to fight to get to the end, to get that $1 million, you will be cut loose. You will be voted out. And so I
Right.
compare that to brokenness. So if you've been given this life, you've been given this world, and you don't know what to do with it because of your upbringing or whatever the case may be. When you're thrown into the jungle, if you don't have the capabilities to survive, if parents don't give you what you need on the front end, when it's time to go to college, and you're gonna be always around drama and more
Right.
brokenness. You're gonna be always around the mess, more brokenness. So we just gotta recognize first off that we're broken, what or who caused it, and what I need to do to fix it.
So here, Jesus. So so I was just telling them before you got on. I said, "Hey, you know what? You know, I I once was depressed. I never even knew
Okay.
what depressed was, being grown. I never knew it. And I had laid in the bed. Um, and I laid in the bed. You know, my mind was everywhere. And I just laid in the bed, and that depression caused me to be broke.
Who called you,
Um,
bro?
it caused me to be broke.
Okay, okay.
Um, because I didn't know the feeling, never had the feeling, thought I was depressed, maybe younger. I'm just depressed. You know, I'm just depressed. No, baby. This was a true definition I have never felt in my life. So anyhow, I laid in the bed and I quit my VA job. and just laid there. And without going into detail, I had somebody give me a big wake up call. By this time, I'm out the funk. Bills is past due. Everybody saying you mean. What's wrong with you? I didn't even notice. And not even wanting to reflect back right now. But it's just a definition of how when you don't take care of what you just said, if you don't take care of those band-aids growing up on certain situations, it affects you at a certain time, and you get in this depression, and then now you ain't got no money, and now you emotional, and now you, like Coach say, you play a victim.
Yeah.
I was a victim at one point.
Okay.
And it caused me to do all the wrong things. Yeah, it caused me to do the wrong things. And so, have you ever been in a dark place where it messed up your finances?
I've been in a situation where my finances were impacted, but it wasn't because of my mental state or being broken. But I have been in a state where I think I could have slipped into depression, but I just think that I'm a strong person mentally, and I have confidence in me to the point where I didn't slip off the cliff, but I was sliding. And that was when probably back in 2009, I believe I had an abortion. And that abortion really, really, really hurt me. It hurt me because I believe that my mom was ashamed to the point where she advised me to get an abortion. And when I told the guy at the time what my mom said, he agreed with it. So at that point, I felt like it was me against the world. Like I had the biggest decision ever to make. This is Camille. I've been babysitting children since I was 15 years old. I worked at 5 different daycares. At the time, I wasn't a teacher yet, but I desired to be a teacher. I love children, but yet I was going in to kill my own. And I struggled with that. And when I tell you I believe that I'm strong, I'm having this conversation from one without crying. So, a couple years ago, it probably wouldn't be this easy for me to have this conversation. But when you're on platforms, you got to be transparent. And hopefully somebody will hear this and have a similar situation, and they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Time does heal all wounds for real. May not make it all better, but with time, focus. But when I left that clinic, I literally, the next stop, I went to my cousin's grandmother's house to see her baby, her brand new baby. So I left mine in a jar at a clinic and went to hold my cousin's baby. Not go home, go to sleep next week, not go by Walmart, swing by a birthday party, and just so happen to be in a situation going to my grandmother Kim folks' house and holding a brand new baby. So I think that was very, very strong of me. And I'm thankful for that testimony, because even after that, I remember the sound of babies crying would make me cringe. It would make me sad. It didn't make me happy to hear a baby cry. And so going through that hurt me. It was a season of brokenness, like I said, after a little time. I wouldn't slip. I just slipped. I don't think I did.
I think you're breaking up just a little bit
inside of me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit better now. Yeah.
Okay, let me know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, I think that was the time when I was most at a point at a pit in my life. Even with my divorce, I think when I got a divorce about, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago. I can't remember. My baby's 7, so maybe about 4.5, 5 years ago, I got a divorce, and it was very. it was challenging because I felt everybody's calling. I said I felt. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry. But when I tell you with that divorce, that was a time where I felt like I was very, very low, and I had to call a counselor because I had to overcome what I went through. You know, I was so angry at him. I hated my ex-husband. He wasn't nothing. But girl, we went school shopping with my child. We this getting ready for school. We've been co-parenting. Like, I don't hate him like I used to. I ain't in love, and I ain't flirting, and I ain't on the fence, and I don't need you to be my baby daddy. I need you to be my child's father. You know, and
Right.
I have to be a mature adult and make those provisions for my child. But there was a time where I was very evil towards him. I was very upset. If anybody asks me about him, you call him. Don't ask me about him. You know, I get real, you know, a little irritated. But that's not necessarily the case anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, but that also comes from what I was saying. I would have family members to joke about it. Where's Tony? Da 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 da. And you over here making a joke, a mockery of my situation right now, and you're my own flesh and blood, and you don't think that nothing is wrong with that. You see what I'm saying? That's your own flesh and blood, and you think this is a joke. This is your opportunity to be Steve Harvey, the Hughley,
Girl, if
Bernie
you were
Mac. You
standing
want
on
to be
stage right
famous.
now, I'll go up there and throw you $5.
Huh?
If you were standing on stage speaking, I'll be up there throwing you $5 on the stage. Yeah.
Thank you. My cash app is phenomenal. But no, seriously. Like, no matter what, I'm giving these situations because those are common situations that people go through, and it knocks them out. It knocks them
Right.
out the park. It
Right.
flatlines them. You know what I'm saying? And that's because we love hard, and we have our reasons. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's because we didn't have or because we did have, but either way it go, we love hard. And when we're disappointed, we lay flat on our back. Me, I literally give me the rest of this night, a hot bath, and a new day, and I'm ready. You know, I
Hello.
don't lay down long. I'm not sad long. You know, I may cry for an hour or two, but I'm on to the next. Don't let me be able to make some money. I'll be making money. I'll be posting. I'll be saying, "Hey Taylor, let's go live. We need to go live. I got a topic.
Hello.
Let's go live." And
Yeah.
that's what it takes for me. I distract myself with business.
Yes.
I move over. I overcome problems and brokenness with making money and investing.
Hello. So what I can say is that this person that I am right now is very new this year.
Okay.
I'm grateful to not be the same person I was last year because everything you speak about was just last year. You know, plus times 10, you know, plus postpartum. So I had like 5,000 things. And so
Yeah.
if my first, you know, mentor, I'm not sure if you know Kalia, she's a part of Girl Hold My Hand. She's the one who introduced me to Girl Hold My Hand.
Who was that?
Back, her name is Kalia Williams. Kalia K Boss. She introduced me to Girl Hold My Hand back 10x this year.
Yes.
So 10x this year, you know, she's like, girl, you gotta come. You gotta come. I didn't know who she's talking about, Sheila. I didn't know nobody. She like, this is Miss Sheila. You know, she said that, you know, this. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm going with the punches because this is brand new to me. I'm a girl now who always was to myself. I stayed in the house, not fooling with many. Can't, not even, you know, you're not gonna get a lie from me. So,
Yeah.
you know, I might hop on the, you know, now and then for my tax business, but to like actually move the way I'm supposed to move, no. So I went to 10X and I got some to see some of the girls from Girl Hold My Hand. I won't go into too many details, but just know I was there. And
Okay.
I came back home and I joined Girl Hold My Hand. And if what I'm saying is a lot of stuff and aspects in my life I wouldn't have overcame if I wouldn't have joined the community, because I didn't have that coaching. Now, Mom, if you hear me, you know you did a wonderful job. But
Yes.
coach is like the mama and the man for real, for real. She like the auntie that you don't want to mess up with. And so, um, coach, you know, what she trains us is to be, you know, these, you know, you can overcome it. You just need to follow these steps. You need to do this, you need to do that. And
Yeah.
so, um, being in this place I am right now, even to want to have my own podcast, it came from being in Girl Hold My Hand. It came from being in another circle. It opened me up to be this person I am, and I'm happier day by day with who I
Yeah.
am. It don't matter who I used to be. It matters how I was
Yes.
swimming up out of it, and how I swam out of it, and how I'm about to fly. You know, so
That part.
and so to, you know, anybody who's watching, you know, overcoming brokenness, overcoming anything, it's ways out of it. It's, if you want to be, you know, if you want to stay in it, you know, you
Mhm.
want to get, you know, you good and comfortable, you know, kudos. But I'm not going to be the one to be comfortable. I just can't do it in any situation. And so it all plays a part. And like you know, mentally, I used to not be as strong. You know, I won't cheer myself on. I was like, you know, I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna be able to make no money. I ain't gonna be able to do this. Just give it up. Just, you know, everything I was putting out, bro, I was getting negative.
Mhm.
No money. No good, nothing. I was out there trying to fight people. No. So you can overcome anything if you do what you need to do. If you
Anything.
have your faith and you hold on to your faith, you can't be sitting around. I just said this on the live tonight with another girl from the community. You can't sit around and woulda, coulda, shoulda, and expect to be, you know, Lord, please give me a blessing from the skies above. And you sitting around being negative, and you
Absolutely.
sitting around wanting money. Lord, please send me some money. Why are you asking the Lord to please send you some money? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you holding on to your faith? Are you doing what you're supposed to do right now? Are you putting the work in? Are you fulfilling your purpose? Are you even trying to fulfill your purpose? Hello. And so
Hello.
hello. So it's just ways of doing everything, and you can overcome anything. No, I haven't hit that mark, but I am. I'm gonna hit that financial mark because I'm doing the work. I'm gonna hit where I need to be because I'm taking
Yes.
care. I hit the 15-day challenge. I overcame that. Hello. I got on camera with my
Yes.
stomach showing. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So it all ties in
Hello.
together.
Me
If
too.
you got your mental, huh? I don't know. You broke up. What'd you say?
I
I don't
said
know
me
what.
too. I had my
Oh,
stomach out.
so when you know, whenever you get your body right, and this is stuff we taught. This is stuff we taught. You know, we even was probably taught this when we was younger. We didn't listen. We was taught some stuff, you know,
Hmm.
younger, you know, catchphrases that mamas and uncles and them won't explain it. You get good and grown and
Yes.
you get around the right people, you'll understand. You know,
Yes.
you'll start aligning. Um, emotionally, physically, mentally, all of that. Um, when I really don't. I'm not the type of person who sit around and woulda, coulda, shoulda, or wonder or reflect back no more. I'm just not gonna do that no more because it's not gonna put me back. It's not gonna help me elevate. It ain't gonna get me nowhere dwelling on it. Um,
That's true.
I think you're breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you
Okay.
one more question, and then we can get ready to wrap this thing up, child. Okay. So, how do you feel
Okay.
about taking risks? Can you
All
hear
right.
me?
I can hear you.
Okay. How do you feel about taking risks financially, emotionally, physically, and how do they play together? Taking risks.
Financially, emotional, and physically. Financial, emotional, and risk. Okay, financial risk, I'm always down for that. If it sounds good. When it comes to financially, especially if it has a return. Mentally, taking risk mentally, only when it's a effort to push me to overcome my fears. I will take a risk mentally. Um, and the only risk, and it's not really a risk, it's really faith. When when I desire something or I believe in something and I can't see it, mentally. You said financially, mentally, and what was the third one?
Financially, emotionally, and physically.
Okay, now physically, I guess I do. When it comes to doing stuff I run from, like the Stairmaster, when it comes to physical workout, there's this hike. It's a 2-mile hike that I used to run from, baby, and I don't run from it anymore. But I do cry every time I do this hike. It's 2 miles. I cry. I really have an emotional breakdown because it's like I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. And I literally have to have a talk with God. And I always make it through. I'm never just stuck out there, but it's in the wilderness. And literally, I cry. I have an emotional breakdown because I'm constantly pushing. I'm climbing a mountain. I'm going down a mountain. So I think that that's a risk. It's snakes out there. Um, it's just a lot. Like you in the wilderness for real, like survival. So I do believe in taking risk. It's just, and I don't know if that makes sense, but it just has to make sense.
It makes
The risk
sense.
that I take, I'm not just out here taking risks just to say I take risks, but I do think a successful person has to have a desire and understanding to take risk.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree. So, y'all, this is my girl Camille Henderson, part of my sisters
Yeah.
from Girl Hold My
Yeah.
Hand. She is a serial entrepreneur, y'all. Let them know, let them know, let them know about your social media handles. Wrap it up, sis, for me.
All right, everybody. As she has told you, my name is Camille Henderson. You can call me Millie. I am on IG at Millie the Photographer. If you can find MILLIE the THE Photographer, follow me there. Send me a DM. I got 5 other pages that I can follow you back on. That'll get you 6 followers tonight. And I will follow you back on all my platforms. The_lion_experience is my podcast page. T-shirts, a milk transportation agency. That I have a lot of different platforms, and then on Facebook I'm Camille Henderson, CAMILLE Henderson. So send me a DM, let me know, send me some fire marks tonight, jump in my DM. I will definitely give you any type of advice that you need. My podcast airs every second and fourth Friday on Facebook. It is streamed to YouTube, but the Facebook is The Lion Experience. The Line Experience. So that's how to find me.
Yes. Y'all go follow my girl Camille. And I'm so grateful that you came on here with me, sis. We needed you
Yes,
tonight. First night, first episode. First night, first episode. Thank you so
let's
much.
go. Let's go. You can call me
Yes.
anytime. Anytime you need help, just call me and I'm there for you.
Yes. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night. So, y'all, as we wrap up the night, we had Camille, my girl Camille from Girl Hold My Hand, and I'm excited about next week. Um, if you don't follow me already, follow me on Instagram, TST Tax Pros. Follow me on on Facebook, Taylor Thomas. And thank you for tuning in to Talks with Tay. Tay's my nickname. That's me. That is I. And I'll see y'all next week. And we have another special guest coming. And so the more y'all tap in, y'all want to get all this information, get all the information you need. We're gonna be talking about credit to taxes. We're gonna be talking about everything on Talks with Tay. And it all ties in with everything on how you live your life. When you find yourself, find your peace, everything works out for the best. And so I thank y'all for tapping in with me. I see you in there, Lisa. I see you in there, Kenya. That's support, baby. Um, y'all keep tapping in with me. Stay connected. Follow up. Turn your post notifications on. 910 podcast, 95 South podcast. Make sure you stay tapped in. So, all right. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm looking forward to see y'all next week. All right. I'm out.